Hey, what's going on, everybody? Killing Cash here. Work break, real quick, because I just got some terrible news that a YouTuber, not the biggest YouTuber in the world at all, but was doing some great work and doing something very unique. Dr. C is no longer with us on the physical realm, but kind of hit me because Dr. C, we weren't friends, but we would talk, and I always wanted to have her on some of the shows because what Dr. C would do, she was a medical doctor, Cameroonian, based in Germany, and she would do medical advice in Pigeon, and that was just something that I thought was so great, so needed. Wish there was, every so much more of that because it was a real niche that a lot of people just did not. No one else is doing that. You can't find that anywhere else. Whenever I see that on YouTube and I see someone taking the initiative, not doing it for the money, not doing it for the notoriety, just doing it because somewhere down the line that's going to help somebody understand. That was just wow. I loved her channel. We would talk, and when I'd bother her, like many of people I bother when I want to have them on the show. Hey, will you come on? Does this time work? And, sometimes it doesn't work with her schedule. Sometimes it doesn't work with the media outlet schedule. And I really wanted her to come on because I just think that the least of these is who we should really always never forget. And sometimes in rural villages, and we'll say, for Cameroon and Nigeria and other places, they could understand a Dr. C more than they could understand somebody who was giving the Queen's English. So I just wanted to give a blessing out because she did her work and hopefully fulfilled her purpose. And all of us should be trying to do that. All of us should be working every day to fulfill our purpose. If we're not doing that, what are we doing? All these this entertainment that we consume ourselves with, but we're not learning, we're not making the world a better place. And it's all the gossip and what this person isn't and what this person is doing. This is somebody who is really working on and creating something that I think and I hope just it lights a wildfire and makes every doctor. We know there's Doctors Without Borders and there's doctors doing things that never get highlighted. There's teachers that are never getting highlighted. We know that, but I hope it gets documented more so we can not have to reinvent the wheel in every village and be able to pass this on. Because even like with Pigeon is one of those things that if you can understand it in one place, you may be able to understand it in another. Of course, there's, Franc Anglais Pigeon, there's, Pigeon from Fiji and this and that, but it's all just broken English, kind of like Ebonics. And if you can like get down and understand some of the local languages from the different parts, it makes it that much easier to understand people. And it's not that you see the similarities in people more than the differences. And Dr. C, oh man, I put her YouTube channel up there. Again, she wasn't the biggest YouTuber. I mean, she was a real medical doctor. She didn't have time to just do all that all day. That wasn't what she put out pieces, and they were great pieces. She took her time to edit those things. I know she was living in Germany, and that cancer, man, that cancer that got my mother, it can get anybody. It's gotten so many people. It got her, is from what I'm told, and I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know anything more than that. But to say, God bless her and her family, and that she was young, fit. When you would see Dr. C online, you would see somebody who looked healthy, who looked great. And it's just. It's just you just don't know when your time is up. So do your purpose, because you're talking about a young person who just had just things going on. She just had things going on, and doctors are always kind of oh, I don't want to listen to the doctor. People don't want to listen to the doctor. I got to listen to all the doctors in my life. What's that new thing? All this natural medicine and everything that people, and there may be a place for that. But when people are sick, dying on their deathbed, they're not trying to hear anything about a naturopathic doctor. They are running to the person who studied for 4 years in medical school, did at least, 3 years in residency. And I say at least because some residencies, that we're currently in are a lot longer than that. And, they do their research. And so I don't really want to hear too much about a naturopathic when, versus a MD, because when you have that heart attack, when your loved ones have that heart attack, you're running after that MD. You're not going to the naturopathic 9 out of 10 times. Some of y'all are foolish enough to say, I'll try my hand, but if it was your child, you surely wouldn't. You do what you want for you, but if it was your child, you'd be running to the MD. So Dr. C was doing it. I mean, she was doing it. You go check out her site and you'll see that everything, Dr. DRSEA, you'll see she was doing it and having a good time doing it, whatnot. And I know there's some, other, she has an initiative now, the Dr. C initiative on Facebook. People can like, and folks are running with that. And I hope that never stops. I really hope that never stops. And if there's some way that we can, collab or help out and work with that initiative, because we have our own things in the medical field that we are doing, and they're just in their infancy stages. People look at them and say, oh wow, that's big news. When I talk about them, I won't talk about them right here. I'm not led to do that because it's about that Dr. C, and that we all need to take we need to really take this 2019 and beyond even more serious. So if you take it serious, take it more serious, because between Dr. C, Houston just found the killer for the 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes, Melissa McKinnett's son in St. Louis. I mean, it's just, tragedy are never going to stop in this world that we live in now. And we have to really say, what is our purpose? Like, what do we want to leave behind? What do we want to leave for our kids? Is it just to work a 9 to 5, make some money, maybe even if it's a lot of money? Is that it? Are you so broke, as the old saying says, that all you have is money? Are you so broke is all you have are things? What can you leave for your children? What can you expose them to? What can you shield them from? What can you give them so they can give to the next generation even faster? Because we know every generation, the kids just learn more and more, to the point they're like little adults now, people say, and that can be an interesting thing. And it can also, be a thing where you got an adult, a little adult, who knows as much as the big adult sometimes, and we really got to ask ourselves, what are we doing? When you're going out to the club, are you wasting precious time just going to the club? I know everybody wants to relax. I'm relaxing right now, and then I heard this news, and I said I have to talk about this. I got to talk about this, and I got to see, like, man, what is going on with the people? That road rage you're about to get into, or that you just came out of, what's up? Is it really that worth it at the end of the day? Because folks is dying on these streets. They're dying on these streets for what? And here Dr. C was doing everything she could and pushing, and her time is up. So, it's not about the likes. It's not about the views. It's not about any of that. It's not about who likes you. It's not about any of that. This is real life. What are you going to do with yours? This isn't Instagram life. We all can go rent fancy things, go take, pictures of fancy clothing. But what are you really doing in your real life that matters for the future? And if it's not nothing, start now to do something. Write a book, put a movie together that can educate and really put something. That's why every project that we do, I'm thinking of the demise, really. I'm not thinking about, what do they think about it now? I'm thinking about, what are they going to say after? My kids, what are they going to say after? What are they going to take from this? because there's plenty of projects I'm like, oh man, that's a waste of time. I've done plenty of wasted time projects back in the day, but now it's all about the purpose. All, even just getting on here, it's about telling you you have a purpose and that you got to do more. We all got to do more. These work breaks, and what are we working for? Who are we working for? There are so much opportunities that I just passed by that I won't talk about them because I won't give any energy to them, and I pass them by because they don't mean anything. They're all for vanity type things. They could be the biggest names, the biggest events. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is what will people take from what we're doing after it's all done, after it's all said and done. What will people take from it? What will they learn from? Was this God-given purpose, or was I doing Satan's work? What was I just working for it to impress people? I'm not worried about impressing nobody. I'm worried about making a path for my family, my friends, my circle, my tribe, my world. What can I do? What are the next steps? And if you're not doing that, we don't know when, this cancer, if this is all man-made, all type of just rubbish because the food is killing us. We don't know if her putting out, these videos, if somebody didn't like that because they don't want rural Africa, West Africa to thrive and they want them to get sick. We don't know what the case may be. You don't know every time you put out these videos who doesn't like it, the powers that be, and what they want to do to stop it. We don't know. What we do know, usually when we talk on these social media platforms, doesn't mean too much for the rest of the world. And usually, you see a lot of people trying to correct people on social media, a lot of people trying to trick you into some deals, whatnot, to how you get rich, whatnot, so you can live all these fantasies. Man, it's not about that. It's not about how big that house is, not about how bright that car is or the name brand. You can have all that stuff. That's easy. I'm talking about something that's deeper. I'm not in the shallow water right now. So if you're lost and like, wait, man, he's going, I usually talk about, business and how to elevate your business, because that can be part of your purpose and for your family. And if you're not doing business, to me, and this is just for my life, I just don't know what you're doing, because all those hours that you put into something and it's not about your business, something that you can give to your family, to me, it's just, everyone has their path, but that's just not the path that I wanted to live on. So I'm trying to help those who maybe don't have that confidence to really push, because the world will beat you up with a 1, 2, 1, 2, if you're listening on Anchor.fm or any of the audio only podcast or whatnot, that I'm throwing them jabs. That's why you heard the wind and whatnot, because we'll all be gone in a blink of an eye. You might get a warning and be told you're sick, and it might just come by and boom, it's done. And then it's done when it's done. So you get right. I don't like to take too much time on these things, but I got to give it to you real and raw in my way. Pop my collar one time, maybe two, and really just hopefully it will sink through that today could be over in a blink of the eye. He may come back like that. So anything could happen, because it's happening to somebody today. And you got to keep pushing and do what I'm going to say God is telling you. If you say, I don't believe in God, and there's something else that whispers in your ear, that's still God, even if you don't know it. But you got to do what is right now. Trust me, that's coming from somebody who's done wrong in the past over and over, 7 times 77 and even more. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm Kellen Cash. You guys know how to reach out to me. Rest in power, Dr. C. Man, that hit in a way like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Because I still, like, my mother's number is still, like, not taken. So I can go on like a platform and her picture will pop up, and, but she lived her life. She lived a full life too. She lived a life. She got 30 more years than Dr. C got. She got 50 something more years than that Jasmine Barnes got. So you know, you just don't know. So keep pushing, not to be scared, but just keep pushing, y'all, and do right. I'm Kellen Cash, Kellen Coleman. You already know I'm out.